Hey and welcome to the daily Manchester United news show. Let's begin with our daily news. Eric Tanguy rules Anthony Martial out of Carabao Cup Final. Manchester United manager Eric Tanguy has provided an injury update on Anthony Martial and Marcus Rashford ahead of the Carabao Cup Final against Newcastle United on Sunday. The Red Devils reached the last 16 of the Europa League following a stunning 2-1 comeback win over Barcelona. They will meet Real Betis home and away next month. The immediate focus will now turn to the League Cup final at the Wembley Stadium this weekend, and ahead of the clash, Ten Hag has offered an update on Martial and Rashford. Martial has not been involved for the Red Devils since his goal-scoring cameo against Nottingham Forest in the second leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final, which was played on February 1. Ten Hag has now confirmed that Martial won't feature on Sunday despite returning to individual training. He told ManUnited.com, "No, he will not be available." Meanwhile, the Dutch tactician is unsure over the fitness of Rashford. He was struggling with a foot injury before his substitution on Thursday and was spotted limping while leaving Old Trafford. When pressed on Rashford's availability for Sunday's final, Ten Hag insisted that he has no update on his fitness, and the club will get to know more following the necessary medical checks. Rashford has been in sensational form for United since the World Cup. He has netted 16 goals from 18 appearances and has helped the club win the vast majority of their matches. Despite this, the Red Devils are not a one-man team. Rashford was far from his best on Thursday, but the club still won after second half goals from Fred and Anthony. Ten Hag has repeatedly said that it's a team effort. There is definitely confidence flowing through the squad with the way they have been performing in recent months. Rashford should be fit for Sunday's Wembley showdown. If he does not make the squad, Ten Hag will expect someone else from the squad to step up for the big occasion. Manchester United boss Eric Tanguy on the time-wasting tactics of Newcastle United. Speaking to the media ahead of the Carabao Cup final, Manchester United boss Eric Tanguy talked about the time-wasting tactics of Newcastle United and gave the referees a warning about it. Newcastle are one of the masters of wasting time to play the game at their own speed. If they have something to hold on to, expect every piece of skill applied to break the momentum of the opposition. One of the main perpetrators of it, Nick Pope, is suspended for the final after getting a red card against Liverpool last Saturday. Expect his replacement to do the same come Sunday. Here is what Ten Hag said about the Magpies, their tactics, and a message to the referees. The key word is intensity. They do really well. They are an annoying team to play against, so we have to find a way to win. They try to annoy you. We have to make sure that we play our game and we focus on our game. The referees want to play effective time. Newcastle have the lowest time played in the league and they are quite successful with it. So it's up to us that we get speed in the game, but also we are then dependent on the refereeing as well. The best way to negate these tactics is by scoring the first goal of the match. If United manage to do that, Newcastle won't have much choice but to play in the game at a normal speed. Wembley has a big pitch, hence the pace we have is going to trouble them on the counter if we take the lead. It's a big game for the current squad and the manager. He has done an excellent job since arriving last summer, but his tenure at Old Trafford will always be judged on how many trophies are lifted. Lisandro Martinez reacts to overcoming the critics to become one of the signings of the summer. Manchester United star Lisandro Martinez has reacted to the criticism he has received over his diminutive stature. The Red Devils signed Martinez for £55.3 million from Ajax in the summer. Standing at 5 feet and 9 inches, many people questioned if the centre-back can deal with the physicality of the Premier League. However, Martinez has silenced his critics with his wonderful performances all season and is one of the signings of the summer. He told The Telegraph, "I can't control what people say, it's just an opinion. I understand when people say that. They show me who they are. It's not my problem. I'm really happy. The people are happy with me as well. That's the most important thing. In the beginning, in Argentina, it was the same, but it's normal because in football, it's not normal to play as a center back with my height. It's not easy as well. You have to work very hard. You have to be very clever on the pitch. You have to be sharp in every situation. But if you are smart, you can win the duels. The Butcher, as referred to by the United faithful, is more than just a regular centre back. He is sublime with his ball distribution and has the marvelous ability to play line breaking passes from the back. His dynamic range of passing makes him integral to Eric Ten Hag's side when he is not playing. United's lack of ability to play from the back is clearly evident. Martinez came to Old Trafford with an image of an aggressive defender, something which is very common with Argentinian defenders. However, he has been sent off only once in his whole career. He is very smart when it comes to making tackles and hardly allows his opponents to get past him. He has formed a strong partnership with Rafael Varane, who brings experience and leadership at the back. Their partnership at the heart of the defense is one of the reasons behind the Red Devils' resurgence. Martinez is already a popular figure among United fans because of his cutthroat defending. The passion and fight he brings to the team are highly applauded by everyone, even by those who used to question his success at the English top flight. 6 goal contributions in 8 games. Fred has stepped up for Manchester United. Christian Eriksen's injury at the end of last month was an unwelcome blow for the player and for Manchester United. We said at the time that Fred might be ideally placed to step up and replace Dudane, who has been ruled out until April. The idea of Fred replacing Eriksen was treated with some skepticism, though, and there was more excitement about Marcel Sabitzer's loan arrival. The move for Sabitzer itself showed Eric Ten Hag wasn't ready to go all in on Fred and wanted extra depth, which was quickly needed with Casemiro's suspension. Fred has certainly delivered. His crucial goal in the 2-1 victory against Barcelona came amid a fan voted man of the match performance. The midfielder has a split opinion ever since he joined, but everybody understands now that when Fred is good, he is very good. In his last 8 games, Fred has 6 goal contributions. This includes an assist and a goal in each leg against Barcelona. This is even more than Bruno Fernandes, who has 5 goal contributions. During this span, Marcus Rashford leads the way with 8 and 8. Fred has given United what the team needed with Christian Eriksen going out. He had played a fraction of the minutes Eriksen had, and his freshness has given the side a real jolt of energy. Against Barcelona, he was magnificent, described by Eric Ten Hag as a mosquito for the way he buzzed around the opposition. He also has a crucial knack of contributing in the final third too, with 5 goals so far. This is Fred's most productive ever season in front of goal, and he has 4 assists too. United need him to keep doing what he has been, while there will be renewed competition from Sabitzer and Scott McTominay returning from injury. Fred has established himself now as the first choice partner to Casemiro. If he keeps this up, Eriksen might even have a tough task to regain his place in the starting lineup at the end of the season. Tottenham Hotspur identified Dean Henderson as a potential successor to Hugo Lloris. Tottenham Hotspur have identified Manchester United goalkeeper Dean Henderson as a potential successor to Hugo Lloris, according to Football London. Henderson is currently on a season-long loan at Nottingham Forest. The 25-year-old had an impressive first half to the campaign, but he is presently on the sidelines with a muscular injury. It is expected that he will return to Old Trafford after his temporary stint, but United could decide to sell him thereafter after his explosive interview last summer. As per Football London, Spurs could emerge as candidates to sign Henderson as they look for Lloris's successor. They are open to pursuing a home ground goalkeeper. Henderson was a regular starter for United during the back end of the 2021 season, but David De Gea retained his spot as the number one in the following campaign. De Gea's exemplary form between the sticks meant that Henderson only made 3 appearances last term. There were no surprises that he pushed for a loan exit. Shortly after joining Forest, the United graduate lashed out at former boss Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, citing that he was treated as a caged animal and it was criminal to leave him on the bench. After such comments, it's unlikely that he will be reinstated into the first team plans. Moreover, Henderson may reject playing second fiddle to De Gea again. Hence, parting ways is the most favorable solution. United were eyeing £40 million for him last summer. For that price, the club could be willing to sell to Spurs. De Gea is likely to pen a new long-term deal in the coming weeks. New England Revolution goalkeeper Georgi Petrovic could be signed as the backup this summer. Manchester United knocking on the doors of Napoli to sign Victor Osimhen. Manchester United are knocking on the doors of Napoli to acquire the services of Nigeria international Victor Osimhen, according to El Matino. The Red Devils are interested in signing the 24-year-old. However, any team looking to get a hold of the striker's signature will have to pay a transfer fee in excess of €140 million. Osimhen signed for Napoli in the summer of 2020 from a French outfit Lille. In his first few seasons in Italy, the Nigerian was still finding his feet. However, in the current campaign, the 24-year-old has taken his game to the next level. The striker has made 24 appearances in all competitions for the Naples-based club, scoring 20 goals and providing 4 assists. Napoli are flying high at the moment. They are at the top of the Serie A table. They are on course to lift their first Scudetto in over 3 decades. Luciano Spalletti's team have also performed well in the Champions League this season. They finished top of their group and beat Eintracht Frankfurt 2-0 in the first leg of the round of 16. At United, Eric Tanguy currently has Anthony Martial and Wout Weghorst at his disposal for the number 9 position. However, the former Monaco star has been unreliable due to his injury issues. As a result, the Dutch manager has had to count on Marcus Rashford to find the back of the net consistently. The 25-year-old has shouldered the burden of the Red Devils' attack in the current campaign. Therefore, the Old Trafford side could evidently do with someone like Osimhen up front. The Nigerian has proven to be a prolific goal scorer. Hopefully, we will be able to get the 24-year-old in the coming months. Man United very interested in signing Atalanta striker Rasmus Højlund. Manchester United are very interested in signing Atalanta striker Rasmus Højlund this summer, according to Danish magazine Tipsbladet. The Red Devils signed Wout Weghorst on loan from Burnley last month, and the Dutchman has been a regular up front in the injury absence of Anthony Martial. However, it's unlikely that the 30-year-old will be signed permanently, and the club are expected to pursue a young striker when the transfer window reopens. United have been linked with Benfica's Gonzalo Ramos and Napoli's Victor Osimhen lately, but Tipsbladet claim that they are very interested in Højlund. However, there is still a long way to go before a transfer can be agreed, considering there is a vast competition from clubs from across Europe. Juventus, Milan, Real Madrid, Napoli, as well as Arsenal are keeping tabs on the Denmark starlet, who is currently valued at €50 million by Atalanta. The 20-year-old joined Atalanta from Sturm Graz in late August. He contributed just 1 goal and 1 assist from 12 appearances before the World Cup. However, his form has been superb since the return of the year. Højlund has bagged 6 goals and 1 assist from his last 10 games, 8 of those being starts. Hence, he has started to show his true potential. His playing style can be compared to Erling Haaland, as he is also left-footed, strongly built, and gifted with pace. If United are serious about signing him, they may need to start off negotiations early, as there could be a huge bidding war for his services at the end of the season. A summer deal for Højlund over Osimhen would suggest that manager Eric Tanguy is leaning towards developing youngsters rather than making big-name signings. I will be uploading daily Man United news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.